Okay, let's see how you did. Number 9 should be a to the 18th. 31 minus 13 is 18. And number 10, threw an extra letter in there to trick you, but there's nothing to do with B, but C, 20 minus 9 is 11. So we get B, C to the 11th. Now, with each of these examples, the exponent in the numerator was higher than the exponent in the denominator. Now, that's not always the case, and we're going to talk about what we do when that's not the case. So for number 11, I have a cubed divided by a to the 6th. Now, we're going to think about it in a different way. So a cubed means that we're multiplying a by itself 3 times. A times a times a cubed. Same thing with a to the 6th, but it'd be a times a times a times a times a times a. Now, when we're trying to think about simplifying, they have to be the same thing in the numerator and the denominator to simplify. So this would simplify, that would simplify, and that would simplify. And so we're left with 3 a's at the bottom. Well, what would be left in the numerator? Okay, we can't just say that nothing's there anymore. Okay, and so since everything's simplified in the numerator, technically we would still have a value of 1. Okay? Because I could always say 1 times a to the 3rd power. Now on the bottom, we have a times a times a, which is a cubed. So we get an answer of 1 divided by a cubed. Okay? Another way of thinking about it is simply that you are still subtracting, but because 6 is larger than 3, the difference stays in the denominator. And then since there's nothing else on top, we would left with a factor of 1. So let's try number 12. X squared divided by x to the 8th. Okay, same concept. We find the difference. Well, the difference between this is 6. Because 8 is bigger, we would have 1 divided by x to the 6th. What about number 13? Y to the 23rd divided by y to the 36th. Again, 36 is bigger. All we need to do is find the difference, okay? So the difference between those two numbers is 13. So we get 1 divided by y to the 13th. Well, what happens when you actually have other things going on with it? Okay. Excuse me. Like 4a b to the 14th divided by 2b to the 21st. Now, first time we've had numbers, okay? Now, when you just have regular numbers, you're just going to divide like normal. 4 divided by 2 is 2. A, is there anything to simplify with A? No. B, we find the difference. B to the 14th and B to the 21st, the difference between those numbers is 7, but 21 is bigger, so we divide by B to the 7th. So C, because we have other things in the numerator, I don't need to put a 1 in the numerator. So we get 2a divided by B to the 7th. So I want you to try 15 and 16. A to the 15th, B to the 24th, divided by A to the 34th, B to the 9th, and 16, 20, W to the 20th, X to the 8th, divided by 15, X to the 14th, W to the 32nd. Try 15 and 16. Good luck.